Hello. I see a lot of people commenting on Reddit about how they can't get on with Rockbox's interface and they can't get used to the controls or the settings. So I thought I'd make a quick video to highlight the settings that I set every time after I've completed an iPod upgrade to Rockbox. So without further ado, let's get into it. So here we have iPod with Rockbox installed. Now, one of the first ones I do is set the clickwheel noise. Um, some people love it, some people hate it, but either way, here's how to get to it. So go to settings, general settings, system, and then key click. See, it's actually pretty tricky to find. Um, it's not in the sounds menu, which was near the top level, as you might assume it would be. But anyway, here it is. So you can set it to play in the headphone, which is doing now. I've got this plugged into a speaker, which is why you can probably hear it. So I've got it on moderate, but you can make it louder. So there it's slightly louder. I'll put it back to moderate. And then there's speaker key click. So the iPod itself will make the noise without anything being plugged in. So if you put it to yes, you can then hear it coming out of the actual iPod, not the speaker. But I find that a little bit annoying, so I turn that off. Okay, so then if we go back to the main menu, and one thing about Rockbox, people don't like the navigation because it's slightly different to the standard iPod OS. Um, so you, like the iPod OS, you enter using the center button, but then if you want to go back one level, you can just press back, the skip back button, and that goes back one level. So after a while, that actually becomes quite intuitive. Okay, so another issue that I realized on Rockbox, or that I was having on Rockbox when I first started out, was playlist size limits. So I would load a big playlist onto my iPod, try and play it, and Rockbox would crash. And this is because by default, the maximum playlist size is set pretty small. So if you try and load anything bigger than that, Rockbox just kind of freaks out and crashes. So what you need to do is increase the playlist size. So I do this every time I set up a new iPod because yeah, you never know what size playlist you might need. So again, let me do that again. So settings, and then general settings, and then system, limits, and then max playlist size. So I think the default is at, like, I don't know, 1000, but you want to select something big, like a really, I think the limit here is 30,000 or 32,000 for some reason. Yeah, so mine's set to 20,000. None of my playlists have anywhere near that amount of songs, so I know it will never, my playlist won't cause Rockbox to crash. Okay, back to the top menu. The backlight is something which I think is quite important with iPods. It just makes the user experience better if it's got a backlight. So to find these settings, go to settings, general settings, display, and then LCD settings, and then backlight. So you can see there's already a lot of different options for what you want to do. But for general settings, there's how long the backlight should stay on after you've stopped pressing buttons or scrolling. So mine's currently set to 8 seconds, and that seems okay. I'm happy with that. But you can do all these other ones like caption backlight. I don't even know what this does, but yeah, I'm not going to mess with that. I'm happy with mine as it is. Um, Another big feature of Rockbox is you can load different themes to give your iPod a different look. So I like that because you can choose the theme to match the shell that your iPod's in. So this one I've got a kind of a green theme going on to match the shell. But if you want to find the themes, so first off, obviously you have to load the themes onto your iPod, which you can do through the Rockbox installer, which is pretty simple to do. And if you watch my other video on how to install Rockbox, I mentioned how to add the themes there. So you can do that anytime. You don't have to do it just when you're installing Rockbox. Yeah, so again, for themes, we go to settings, theme settings, browse theme files, and here's the list of all the ones I've got installed. I think this is all of the ones currently available because this build is fairly recent and I tend to just put everything on when I do it. Okay, back to the top level again. A basic playback feature is shuffle or repeat. You probably want to configure depending on whether you're listening to full albums or playlists. So if I'm listening to playlists, I put it on shuffle, but full albums, I'll just turn shuffle off. Yeah, so again, settings, and then playback settings, and then there it is, shuffle or repeat. You can just go into those and toggle them off or on. All right, back to the top level. And the last one I'm going to look at today is volume, because you can set what volume is the default volume for your files to play at, and also a max volume to limit it so you don't deafen yourself. So this one is settings, sound settings, and then volume. So 35 dBs. The closer to 0, the louder it gets. So as these are minus 35, so there you go. You can hear it getting louder as I go up. And 0 should be like the absolute maximum, really, but no, there's more. So you can really damage your hearing if you try. Yeah, so my one is set to a kind of a comfortable level at minus 35. And if you want to set the maximum, yeah, so currently mine is set to 6. I think that, yeah, but it keeps, yeah, so that's pretty loud. I think, as you saw when I was checking the volume then, I wouldn't play it at that volume. Not while I've got headphones on anyway. Last but not least, if you want to use the database features on your iPod, you need to initialize or update the database after you've updated your iPod, as in after you've added new music to the iPod. For it to show up in the database under any of these categories, you have to update the database. So to do that, you go to settings, general settings, and then database. And here you click initialize now or update now. I usually use initialize now. I think I did update now once and it didn't work how I thought it would, so I just stick with initialize now. So it'll say updating in background, and depending on how many changes you've made, like if you've added a lot of new music, it might take up to half an hour to initialize. So I'll just I'll set this going and put the iPod aside and forget about it. But then when you come back to it, it should have all the music you need in the correct categories. And just a couple more things about the database features. You can use auto update, and then it will update the database every time the iPod is rebooted. Or if you would rather do it manually, you can use update now, which it does the same thing as initialize now, but it keeps all the runtime data and everything. So initialize now completely rebuilds the database from scratch every time, but update now just looks for new files and old deleted files.
but it won't change the like how many times a song has been played data if you're into all that. And another thing, I did try the load to RAM feature once because it's supposed to speed up browsing, but it just caused my iPod to crash. So I'm probably not using that correctly. But yeah, if you want to experiment with that, feel free.
But yeah, so these are just some of the settings. These are the main settings I use whenever I set up a new iPod with Rockbox. As you can see, there's like a million other settings that I didn't even touch. I don't know what a lot of them do, to be honest, but I haven't needed them so far. I tend to only research them as I think of them and need them. But yeah, on the Rockbox website is so much documentation. Everything you need is on there if you need to find something I haven't covered here. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, like and subscribe if you want to see more. Thanks again.